Well, this was unexpected. For the first time in Coachella history, the second weekend completely overshadowed the first. And if you attended weekend 1, you might want to look away now. I'm talking surprise performances from Olivia Rodrigo, Justin Bieber bringing out Billie Eilish, Madonna appearing with Sabrina Carpenter, and that's just scratching the surface. I've been covering music festivals for years, and I've never seen anything quite like this. Hey everyone, welcome back. I just wrapped up my second weekend at Coachella 2025, and I need to unpack everything that happened because this festival broke every pattern we've come to expect. Traditionally, weekend 1 gets all the major surprises and celebrity guests. The headliners pull out all the stops, everyone wants their viral moment, and weekend 2 becomes the relaxed victory lap where you already know what's coming. Not this year. Let me start with the moment that genuinely shocked me. Olivia Rodrigo showed up unannounced during Addison Rae's set. Now, I was skeptical when I first heard the rumor. I was standing near one of the bar areas, getting ready to watch Addison's performance, and someone mentioned they'd heard Olivia might appear. Festival rumors are notoriously unreliable. Last week, people swore Madonna was coming out, and she didn't show up until this weekend. So I took it with a grain of salt. But then it actually happened. Olivia walked out on stage to perform her brand new single, which had just dropped that week. The timing raised some eyebrows, and I heard several conversations about this at the festival. Here's the context. Sabrina Carpenter headlined weekend 1. Then Olivia drops a new song that same week and appears at Coachella the day after Sabrina's headline performance. Some people found the timing interesting, shall we say. I'm not saying there's any intentional competition there, but the optics certainly got people talking. Now, Justin Bieber. His weekend 2 performance was dramatically different from weekend 1, and I think the positive response from the first weekend gave him real confidence. Last week, he did this thing where he pulled up YouTube videos of his old songs and sang along to them, which was charming but felt a bit tentative. This weekend, he was a completely different performer. He was smiling, engaging with the crowd, and at one point he actually went into the audience multiple times. Fans were touching his face, grabbing onto him, and he seemed genuinely happy about it. The biggest moment came during One Less Lonely Girl. For a second, I thought he might bring out his wife Hailey, especially when I saw someone with similar hair walking out. But no, it was Billie Eilish. And this was perfect because Billie is famously a massive Justin Bieber fan. She grew up idolizing him. After the performance, she was visibly emotional, actually crying. Claudia Sulewski, who's engaged to Billie's brother Finnis, posted a video showing Hailey Bieber literally pushing Billie onto the stage, encouraging her while Billie acted shy and nervous. The whole thing was genuinely sweet. According to reports, Justin hasn't performed One Less Lonely Girl since his wedding, where he sang it to Hailey. So this was a significant moment for him to bring it back. He also brought out Biz Markie, Big Sean, Don Toliver, and Sexy Red. The guests just kept coming. Pink Pantheress had an equally impressive lineup. Zara Larsson, Troye Sivan, Slater, Manu Crooks, Chase Infinite, and Janelle Monáe. One of my personal highlights was Casey Musgraves, who only performed weekend 2. She sang several songs from her new album, and her voice was absolutely pristine. I managed to get fairly close for her set, which made the experience even better. The social media reactions tell the whole story. People were saying things like, "For my mental health as someone who went weekend 1, this is AI," and "Weekend 2 is topping weekend 1 for the first time ever." One person joked, "Weekend 1 attendees, we need to sue Coachella." The FOMO was real. There's another element to this story. Weekend 1 had to cancel Anuma's performance due to high winds. That was a major disappointment for thousands of people. This weekend, he finally got to perform, and he brought out Joe G and Lisa from Blackpink. The performance included elaborate visual graphics that looked spectacular on the livestream, with what appeared to be a giant holographic Lisa on stage. Obviously, that was only visible to people watching from home, but at least he got his moment after the weekend 1 cancellation. Let me address the crowd situation, because this needs clarification. Weekend 2 typically has fewer attendees and a more laid-back atmosphere. This year, it was still less crowded than weekend 1, but not by much. During Justin's set, it was absolutely packed. I wasn't even close to the stage, and it felt like that scene from SpongeBob where everyone is crammed together and you can't move. Part of the reason was that there weren't many other artists performing at the same time, so everyone converged on his set. The merchandise situation was borderline chaotic. A lot of Justin's merch sold out on Friday of weekend 1. My boyfriend and I tried to buy a Coachella jacket at exactly 1 p.m. when the gates opened on Friday, and it was already gone. Apparently, they didn't properly allocate inventory between the 2 weekends. For weekend 2, it looked like they went back to the warehouse and pulled out old Purpose Tour merchandise, slapped Coachella branding on it, and sold that instead. The merch lines were insane. People waited 5 hours, sometimes longer, and many still didn't get what they wanted because items sold out while they were in line. Here's something that really puts this festival in perspective. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Karol G spent 3 times what Coachella paid her just on production costs. She was reportedly paid in the mid-7 figures, which means she potentially spent 8 figures of her own money to create the show she envisioned. That included months of preparation and 3 weeks of rehearsal in Las Vegas. Justin Bieber allegedly made around $10 million for his headlining slot, which is the highest payday in Coachella history. His production? A desk, a laptop, and a dome platform. The female headliners brought entire spectacles. I also want to mention the weather, which was genuinely rough this year. There were sandstorms at the camping areas, with videos circulating of people's tents literally blowing away. The dust was particularly bad Saturday night after Justin's set. You could see it swirling in the air. I had about 10 face masks in my bag for exactly this reason. The wind and dust are always factors at Coachella, but this year felt especially intense. A few celebrity sightings worth noting. I ran into Braxton Berrios with his new girlfriend, which was interesting timing given all the Alex Earl drama happening that same weekend. I also saw James Charles, who recreated his viral Coachella look from years ago. He actually wore that outfit again, which was bold. One moment that got unfairly criticized: when Madonna appeared during Sabrina Carpenter's set for the Juno position moment, the live stream showed everyone recording on their phones. People online started complaining that nobody was living in the moment. But here's the thing: where I was standing in the crowd, hardly anyone had their phones out. Everyone was dancing and genuinely engaged. It's a reminder that the camera angle and what gets shown on the stream doesn't always represent the full experience. Terry Crews also made a surprise appearance, singing 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton as a callback to White Chicks. Last weekend had Will Ferrell, so they clearly had a theme going with unexpected comedic cameos. What's remarkable is how many records were broken this year. Karol G made history as the first Latina female headliner. The live stream numbers were reportedly massive, and the sheer volume of surprise guests across both weekends was unprecedented. So, what does this all mean? I think Coachella organizers realized they needed to shake things up. In recent years, weekend 2 attendance has dropped because people figure they can just watch the live stream and know exactly what to expect. By loading weekend 2 with surprises, they've created a new dynamic. Now, nobody knows which weekend will be better, which means both weekends stay valuable. If you attended weekend 1 this year, I genuinely feel for you. Through no fault of your own, you just happened to pick the weekend with fewer surprises. But that's the gamble now. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you attend either weekend? Were you watching from home? What did you think of Justin's performance and all the surprise guests? Drop a comment below, and if you enjoy festival coverage like this, make sure you're subscribed because I'll be covering more events throughout the year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.